Okay, good morning class. So today we're looking at factorization. You need to pick up the faces, we are lagging behind already. We're looking at book C, worksheet 5. We're doing the odd numbers. The questions to the booklet can be found in the description box below. Alright, so factorization. What do we see here, people? You see a common factor of 3. So what are we left with? X squared plus 5x plus. So what do we see inside the bracket now? We have a trinomial. Not so. What goes on the line? 1 and 1. Now we're going to look at the coefficient of x squared. Not so. So it's going to be coefficient of x squared is 1, so it's 1 and 1. For 4 is 1 and 4, 2 and 2. We add and subtract our products. We add in. 1 times 4 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. We add it, we get 5. What are we looking for? 5. So it's a 1 and a 1. So it goes x and a 1, a 1 and a 4. Or x and a 4. What about our signs? What about our signs? Same signs or different signs? Same. Why? Last term is positive. So in this case, we'll take the sign of the middle term, which is positive. You all agree with that? Let's go with the next one. What do we notice here? Again, we have a common factor. And what's a common factor here? 8. What are we left with? X squared plus 4x minus 12. What do we see inside the bracket again? Trinomial. Okay, so we check what are the factors. On the left hand side of the barrier goes the coefficient of x squared, which is 1 and 1. And on the right hand side, the coefficient, the factors of 12 is 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and. We add and subtract the products. Subtract because that is minus. So 1 times 12 is 12, 1 times 1 is 1, 12 minus 1 is 11. I'm looking for 4. 1 times 6 is 6, 1 times 2 is 2, is subtracted, you get 4. What am I looking for? 4. In a bracket goes a 1 and a 2, so in this case will be x and a 2, a 1 and a 6, so it's an x and a 6. What about our signs? We know about the signs. One must be positive and one must be negative. Sign will be different. Well, the bigger product, it's the sign of the middle term. The middle term is positive, so it's positive and negative. So it's number 5. It's a fairly short exercise, no? Huh? Number 5. What do we notice here? What is common? 3. What are we left with? X squared minus 11x plus 20. As you can see, it's the trinomial again. What goes on the line? 1 and 1 on the right hand side. 1 and 24. 2 and 12. 3 and 8. 4 and 6. You must end up with 11, not so. We add or subtract our products? We add, so 3 plus 8 is 11. Not so. So in the bracket goes an x and a 3, and then an x and a 8. As I told you before, people, I know you guys can do it without this. No? Easy for you to see. But make yourself used to it. As the number changes in front of x squared other than 1, and you're not having a 1 at the back, you will need to use something like this. Okay? We add and subtract our products. You see we add them. No? What about our signs inside the bracket? It's going to be the same. In this case, both is going to be negative. So we'll take the sign of the middle term. What's wrong, my dog? A B. You have onion, you breathe. Maybe you're a sweet girl. Alright. People, worksheet 6. What do we see here? The question again says factorize. We got ax minus bx. What is common? What are we left with? A minus b. You all agree with that? Number 3. We got 32x squared y squared minus 8xy 7. What do we notice here? Common factor again, not so. With a common factor of 8 x squared x is x, y squared y 7, y squared. What are we left with? So we say, okay, 32x squared y squared divided by 8xy squared. So they give you 4x, not so. Minus 8xy 7 divided by 8xy squared is going to give you y. Can I do anything here? Is there any difference of two squares here? No. So do we go any further? No, we leave it like that. Any confusion there? So with number 5. Do we have 3 terms? Yes. Is the first and the last term perfect squares? Yes. Is the long term positive? So what is this? Could be a perfect square trinomial. So let's check. What's the square root of 4x squared? 2x. What's the square root of y squared? What's the middle term? Positive. Let's check if we're going to get 4y squared. 4x y. First term times the second term times 2, which is 4xy. So which makes that correct. Okay? This you can do in your head. You don't have to show the calculation. Rule number 7. We've got 4a into x minus y minus x minus y. What is common? The bracket. You've got the common bracket of x minus y. What are we left with? 4a minus. Nothing else can be done there. The last one for now for this video. Number 9. Is the first term a perfect square? No. Okay. So what else do we see there? What do you say? Okay, when I once I do the memo, and I'll get you that page at one side. Okay, so what must be done? You got a common factor of x. What are we left with? X squared minus 10x plus 3 terms. First term is a perfect square, not so? The last term a perfect square? Yes. So this could be a perfect square trinomial. So let's check. It's x into. What's the square root of x squared? X. What's the square root of 25? 5. The middle term is 5. So let's check if you're going to get negative 10x. So it's the first term times the second term times 2. So it's x times negative 5 times 2, which is x times negative 5 is negative 5x times 2, negative 10x, which is correct, which makes that the perfect square trinomial. Okay. Is there any confusion so far? No. You have to do worksheet 7 and 8 as well, correct? All right.